Items in Mobile Legends are one of the biggest factors that decide how effectively your hero can deal or take damage. There are tons of items in the game, and looking at all those stats can feel overwhelming. You might even find yourself wondering what those numbers really mean. And that's when most players take the shortcut, copying a pro build.
Let's copy the pro build.
There's nothing wrong with using a pro build if you understand how that build actually works. But
how
the
does this
problem
build work?
starts when you copy it blindly, without knowing why those items are there in the first place.
Why this
Because
build
when
is
you
not
don't
working.
understand your build, you can't use it to its full potential. Even if you do understand it, remember this: no build is absolute. Different matches demand different items, and without knowing how each item truly works, how they synergize, and when to use them, you'll never be able to adjust properly. That's why sometimes the same pro build that worked before suddenly fails you. Meanwhile, your opponent, someone who understands itemization, is quietly gaining the upper hand. And in a game where you already have to deal with random teammates, you can't afford to lose that edge. If you truly want to increase your impact in every match, you need to master the art of itemization, learning how to pick the right item at the right time to completely shift the momentum of the battle. And that's exactly what we're doing today. Welcome to part 2 of the greatest item guide in Mobile Legends history. In this video, we'll dive deep into attack items, comparing compatible options and showing you how to pick the perfect one for any situation so you'll never feel confused about your build again. Let's begin. Do you play or often face assassins and fighters who rely on skill damage? Have you ever wondered how to truly maximize the burst or impact of their skills? Well, there are specific items in Mobile Legends designed exactly for that. Items that can push your skill damage to its absolute limit. But here's the catch. Each of these items comes with its own unique effect, and knowing how to choose between them, or how to combine them effectively, is what separates an average player from a deadly one. In this first segment, we'll uncover how to maximize the damage output of your skill-based heroes by understanding which items to prioritize, how their passives interact, and how to build synergy that unleashes your hero's true potential. When you want to maximize the damage output of your skill-based hero, there are two key stats you must understand: physical attack and physical penetration. Physical attack increases your overall damage, but that damage is reduced by the enemy's physical defense. That's where physical penetration comes in. It allows you to ignore part of your opponent's defense, letting your attacks hit much harder. Now, there are several items in the game that boost these two stats. Some focus purely on attack power, while others combine it with penetration. That's why you'll often see these items in the builds of assassins and fighters who rely on skill burst. But the real mastery comes from knowing which item to prioritize in which situation. So now, let's compare them one by one, and uncover how to choose the best item setup to bring out your hero's full potential. If I want, I can read out every single stat of each item for you. But to be honest, you don't need to memorize those numbers. What truly matters is understanding the purpose behind each item, why it exists, what problem it solves, and why it works better in certain situations than others. I'll still put the item stats on screen for those of you who want to pause and study them. But I want you to keep your main focus on understanding the reasoning behind each choice. Because once you understand the why, you'll never need to copy someone else's build blindly. Let's start by comparing these three items as your first slot choice for a skill-based damage hero. Hunter Strike and Blade of the Heptaseas both provide physical attack and physical penetration, and their prices are also quite similar for a first item. Hunter Strike gives you slightly higher attack power, but both items offer the same amount of physical pen. So, what's the real difference between them? It's all about their unique passives. Hunter Strike's passive grants you a movement speed boost after hitting the same target or creep 5 times in a row, perfect for rotating quickly around the map and chasing down enemies. On the other hand, Blade of the Heptaseas gives you an enhanced basic attack if you haven't taken any damage from an enemy hero in the last 5 seconds, making it ideal for ambush-style plays and bursting targets from the shadows. So, the choice between these two depends on your playstyle. If you're an assassin jungler who values mobility and fast rotations, go for Hunter Strike. But if you prefer catching enemies off guard with surprise bursts, choose Blade of the Heptaseas. Now, what if you're playing a sustain fighter in the EXP lane? That's where War Axe shines. War Axe is a core item for sustain fighters because it provides 12% spell vamp, allowing you to regenerate HP through skill damage. Its unique passive also increases your attack power every time you deal damage, stacking up to 6 times, and it even adds true damage based on your attack power. In short, if you're playing a fighter who thrives in extended battles, War Axe gives you a massive advantage. But if you're an assassin jungler, you're better off choosing between Hunter Strike or Heptaseas, depending on whether you prefer speed or stealth. And just so you know, you can actually combine both Hunter Strike and Heptaseas in your build. Their stats don't contradict with each other, so if your hero can make use of both movement speed and ambush potential, that combo can give you a deadly mix of mobility and burst. Now, have you ever felt the need for an item that can make your skills available faster, regenerate HP through basic attacks, and even let you deal true damage? Congratulations. There's an item that can do exactly that. It's called Endless Battle. Aside from its impressive base stats, the real power of Endless Battle is, after casting a skill, your next basic attack within 3 seconds becomes enhanced, dealing true damage and restoring your HP at the same time. This item is perfect for heroes who can cast skills frequently and weave basic attacks between each skill. When used properly, it lets you sustain yourself in fights while dishing out heavy, consistent damage. I know you're looking for an item that can skyrocket your skill damage, but let's be real, you don't expect an item that powerful to come cheap, right? That brings us to the most expensive item in the entire game, Blade of Despair. It gives you a massive physical attack boost, plus 5% extra movement speed to help you chase down or reposition faster. In bonus, its unique passive lets you deal extra damage to enemies below 50% HP, making it the perfect item to secure kills and finish off weakened targets. However, because of its high cost, it's usually better to build this item as your last or second last slot. Still, if your hero has a strong early farm advantage, you can pick it up earlier to dominate the mid-game before enemies scale. Most of the time, when you're playing skill-based heroes, your opponents will try to counter you by stacking physical defense items. So what to do when they start building armor? Are you just supposed to accept dealing less damage? Of course not. That's where Malefic Roar comes in. It gives you a physical attack boost, but that's not the main reason to buy it. Its unique passive increases your physical penetration by 30%, and on top of that you gain additional penetration based on how much defense the enemy has, up to another 30%. In other words, at full effect, you can ignore up to 60% of your opponent's physical defense, making it the ultimate item for shredding tanks and high defense heroes. However, remember this. In the early game, enemies usually don't have much defense yet, so it's best to build Malefic Roar in the mid to late game when they've already started stacking armor. Now, you might be wondering, can't I just combine all the physical penetration items together? The answer is no. It's not efficient. That's because flat penetration is calculated before percentage-based penetration, so stacking too many of them gives diminishing returns. Instead, here's what you should do. If you already have Heptaseas or Hunter Strike, replace one of them with Malefic Roar in the late game to maximize your damage against tanks. Sometimes you'll face enemies who rely heavily on healing or shield effects, and when no one in your team buys anti-heal, it can get really annoying trying to bring them down. But don't worry, you can do something about it. That's where Sea Halberd comes in. It gives you a solid boost of physical attack along with attack speed. Now, It's true that this item works best on basic attack-based heroes, but even for skill-based heroes, it's still a great situational pick. Why? Because its unique passive reduces the enemy's healing and shield effects to 60% for several seconds whenever you deal damage to them. In addition, it lets you deal extra damage to heroes with high additional HP, making it effective against tankier sustain heroes as well. So, whenever you find yourself frustrated by enemies who just won't die because of their healing or shields, just grab a Sea Halberd and cut their sustain. Have you ever heard of a build combo called the Trinity build? It's one of the most popular item combinations in Mobile Legends, used by many top players to maximize the impact of attack speed-based heroes. This combo revolves around 3 core items: Demon Hunter Sword, Corrosion Scythe, and Golden Staff. All 3 provide massive attack speed boosts and have unique basic attack effects, which is why they work so perfectly together. Let's break it down. The first one, Demon Hunter Sword, is known as a tank killer. It deals extra damage based on the enemy's current HP, making it perfect for shredding down heroes with huge health bars. On top of that, its unique passive grants lifesteal, up to 10% at max stacks, allowing you to recover HP from your basic attacks. Just to clarify, lifesteal regenerates HP from basic attacks, while Spell Vamp does it from skill damage. Next, we have Corrosion Scythe. It gives you attack speed and movement speed, but its true power lies in its unique passive. Your basic attacks slow the target and increase your physical attack, and the more you maintain your hits, the more stacks you build up to 5 stacks, granting extra attack speed on top of that. Now the final piece of the Trinity build, Golden Staff. It provides you attack speed and physical attack. Its first unique passive converts all of your crit chance to attack speed, which makes it unsuitable for crit-heavy heroes, which you will find out later in this video. But its next unique passive is what makes this item truly game-changing. Its Endless Strike passive works in a 3-hit cycle. The first 2 basic attacks are normal non-critical hits, but on the 3rd basic attack, everything changes. You gain 80% more attack speed for that strike, and all on-hit effects from your items trigger 3 times in total. That means any item, effects from things like Demon Hunter Sword, will activate 3 times on that single hit. That's what makes Golden Staff so deadly for heroes who rely on hit effects or built-in basic attack passives. For example, Carry. When you combine Golden Staff plus Demon Hunter Sword, her first and second attacks deal normal DHS damage. But her 3rd hit? It becomes devastating, triggering Demon Hunter Sword's passive 3 times, tripling both her bonus damage and lifesteal instantly. Since Carry's passive deals true damage in every 5 hits, this combo lets her trigger that in just 3 attacks instead of 5. And that's the beauty of the Trinity build. Each item enhances the others, creating one of the most powerful item synergies for heroes who rely on fast, continuous basic attacks. Now that you understand how the Trinity build works, let's move on the crit build. A critical hit is a special kind of basic attack that deals massively increased damage compared to a normal hit. Critical items boost this effect by increasing 2 things: your critical chance, the probability of landing a crit, and your critical damage, the multiplier that amplifies that hit's power. Crit builds are especially effective for marksman heroes who rely heavily on basic attacks for their overall damage output. Let's break down the key crit items one by one. First, we have Berserker's Fury, the classic powerhouse of every crit build. It gives you physical attack and crit chance, but its unique passive increases your critical damage by 40%, and every time you land a critical hit, you gain extra physical attack for 2 seconds. This item is made to maximize your burst potential, perfect for marksman heroes. Next up, Windtalker, an amazing mix of attack speed, crit chance, and movement speed. But what makes it unique is its passive. Every 5 to 2 seconds, your basic attacks will trigger a burst of magic damage, hitting up to 3 nearby enemies. This damage can also be crit, and it deals double damage to minions, making it great for both farming and team fights. It's the go-to item if you want to spam fast crits across multiple enemies. Now, what if there was a crit item that not only boosted your damage, but also helped you to heal yourself? That's exactly what Heptaseas' Claw does. Along with physical attack, crit chance, and attack speed, it gives you 20% lifesteal, plus a unique passive that increases your attack speed for 2 seconds after every critical hit. So, you deal more crits, and you heal more with every hit. A perfect fit for heroes who dive into fights and sustain through lifesteal. And finally, there's a special crit item designed for marksmen who combine skills with basic attacks. Heroes like Clint. This item grants physical attack, crit chance, and cooldown reduction, but its unique passive activates after using your ultimate, granting 30% extra movement speed for 7.5 seconds with a 15-second cooldown. That means every time you cast your ultimate, you can reposition faster, chase down enemies, or retreat safely. It's a perfect blend of mobility and damage for skill-based marksmen who rely on timing and precision. And that's the core of crit builds: burst power, lifesteal, and speed. Everything a marksman needs to melt enemies before they even realize what hit them. Next, let's talk about another item designed specifically for basic attack-based heroes, Malefic Gun. It grants you physical attack and attack speed, but what makes this item really stand out are its unique passives. The first one gives you a 30% physical penetration, almost similar to Malefic Roar, allowing your basic attacks to slice through enemy defenses, especially effective against tanks or fighters stacking armor. The second passive is what truly sets this item apart. It increases your basic attack range by 12%, and every time you hit an enemy, you gain 10% movement speed for 0.5 seconds. That extra range makes a huge difference in fights. You can attack safely from farther away, kite enemies better, and chase targets more efficiently. Because of that combination of range boost, movement speed, and armor penetration, Malefic Gun can be an incredible choice for basic attack-based heroes, especially for marksmen who rely on spacing and positioning to deal consistent damage. Now that you know all the items to maximize the damage of both skill-based and basic attack-based heroes, let's not forget one crucial truth. This game isn't only about dealing damage. Even when you're playing a damage hero, sometimes you need to pick items that keep you alive. Because no matter how high your stats are, if you can't survive, your damage means nothing. That's where the next 2 attack items come in: Wind of Nature and Rose Gold Meteor. Both built for survivability while still keeping your offensive edge. Let's start with Wind of Nature. It grants physical attack, lifesteal, and attack speed, so just by the stats, you can tell it's made for marksman heroes. But what truly makes it special is its active skill. When activated, it makes you immune to all physical damage for 2 seconds. That's right, 2 full seconds of safety from assassins diving straight at you. It's one of the best life-saving items for marksmen. However, for non-marksman heroes, the immunity duration drops to 1 second, so it's not as efficient on them. Next up, Rose Gold Meteor. It also gives you physical attack, attack speed, and lifesteal. But its real power lies in its unique passive. It increases your hybrid defense based on your lifesteal stats, up to 50 hybrid defense if you reach 50% lifesteal. The effect is halved for non-fighter heroes, but still this item can be beneficial for them. And that's not all. When your HP drops below 30%, it triggers a shield and movement speed boost that can literally save your life in clutch moments. This effect has a 60-second cooldown, but those few seconds of protection often make the difference between dying and turning the fight around. If you've watched my defense item guide, you already know the Immortality and Winter Crown switch trick. Now here's the fun part. You can actually add Rose Gold Meteor and even Wind of Nature into that switch combo if you have enough gold. To make the process easier, you can rearrange your shop item order strategically, so you can quickly switch between your survivability items mid or late game. Here's an example setup to show you exactly how it works. In late game, when you have completed your build, go to the shop and press reorder. Cancel all the items you have right now and put the items you want to switch one by one. Then press save, and now every time you sell an item, you will automatically get suggestions by the order you just set. I sold one item, and they suggested me Immortality that I set as my first choice. Just like this, every time I sell an item, I will be suggested the next item I set while reordering. That trick can greatly enhance your item switch skill. By the way, I have intentionally put both Winter Crown and Wind of Nature here, to show you after using the active skill of one item, the other item's active skill also fall in CD. That's why you cannot use both Winter Crown and Wind of Nature in item switch trick. You can choose only one of them. If you've been with me from the beginning till the end, congratulations. You are now officially a master of attack items. Use the insights you've gained to break free from blindly copying pro builds and start modifying your build based on the match situation. Once you do that, you'll notice how much easier and smarter your games feel, because good itemization isn't just about power, it's about understanding. But remember, mastering attack items alone doesn't make you an item god. You still need to understand defense and magic items too. Even if you don't buy them yourself, you'll still have to face enemies who do. When you know every item, both what to use and what to counter, that's when you'll truly feel the power of full item mastery. So don't stop here. Check out the defense item guide and the magic item guide next. They'll appear right here on your screen when they're ready. If you found this video helpful, you can hype this content to show your love. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.